Hello YouTubes, hi, cheers. Now I want to start off by saying that I am Jewish, so if anybody gets me wrong, I'm not being racist, okay? Now let me tell you a little story about what happened the other night. Now the Peaceful Cat was on his way to his friend's house who lives out in the country. Sorry, I got lots of gas now. And it's on the border of Palestinian land. It's not far from Jerusalem, it's only about a 30-minute bus drive. And the bus dropped me off near this truck stop, which was about a 20-minute walk from my friend's. And so I went to this truck stop where they have a 24-hour, you know, one of those 24-hour garages, and they sell beer and all them lovely, wonderful things. So I got myself a beer and went and sat out at the front where there was some like tables with umbrellas, etc. It was a beautiful starry night in Israel, so beautiful night to sit there. Then all of a sudden, like 15 teenagers come along. They were about 15 to 17, and they were all intoxicated and all being a bit wild. They came over and started bothering me. Not bothering me, I mean like they sat down and they're like, oh, where are you from, etc. And then they noticed when I speak in Hebrew I have an accent, and said, so as soon as they heard that I'm from another country, they got all a bit excited and like, oh, it's nice to have you here, etc. And then this Jewish guy comes, yeah, and I mean like an orthodox Jew, you know, with the hat and the white shirt and the black trousers and the jacket. But it was a hot night, and obviously it must have been a little break. He didn't have his hat on, and he was a big fella. And all of a sudden these kids went over to him, and then they were all like starting to fight and everything, and he stood his ground. I finished my beer and I went back inside for another one, and he came in and I said to him, very nice, he said, well, I don't know what was going on there, but respect to you, you know, for standing up to all these children. You know, they're like 15 teenagers, and some of them were like bigger than me. They could have easily have torn him up like a pack of dogs, you know. So we sat outside on the little terrace kind of thing, and enjoying another beer. He comes over to our table. He stands at the end of it, and, you know, he seemed a bit weird. You could see he was a few slices short of a pizza, and he was just stood there. And then he says to me, he goes, don't you ever shower? I was like, what? It looks like you never wash your hair. And I didn't know what to say. I was in shock. But a few minutes ago I was being really nice, this guy, and you know, he was like, okay. And then all of a sudden he's attacking me. And before I continue, I told these kids because they always ask if he's Jewish, and I said yes, and they were like, oh, he's one of us. The Peaceful Cat is peaceful, yeah. I'm not a violent person. I never get into fights, but I could feel myself boiling up here. I was on the beer that night, so that didn't help. And I was playing it cool, and I just looked at him and said, you're the one that's dirty, you fucking dirty Jewish piece of shit. But as I said, you Jewish piece of shit, the music just stopped, as it were. All the noise in the background just stopped, and all of like the 15 to 20 people who were there were just like looking at me. And then I'm like, what? And they said, I thought you're Jewish. And I was like, yeah, of course I'm Jewish, yeah. I mean, I'm talking about Orthodox Jews. And then I continued to explain to them how I have no respect for Orthodox Jews. And everybody else, all the decent people in Israel, they're the ones that put the food on their table, and for their 10 children and their wife, just to do nothing but laze around. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but somewhere in the Bible it says that a man must work for his daily bread. If they're so religious, why are they just lazing around, going to the synagogue, going, it's bullshit, it's absolutely bullshit. And you know, I hate people like that, people who call themselves really holy and religious. Orthodox Jews, the ones with the big hats, you know what I'm talking about, with the long black coats, the big long beards, they are the scum of Israel, and they are the ones that cause all of the problems. Well, majority of the problems in Israel. They're the ones that won't leave the Palestinian land. Well, anyway, guys, I thought I'd share that story with you. I don't really want to give an image of Jewish people being all bad. It's just the Orthodox Jews that really get under my skin. So my friends, peace. Peaceful cat.